Quick disclaimer, Learn from Mac is an independent educational project. We are not affiliated with, endorsed by, or sponsored by Apple, or any vendor or product covered in this course. Hey, welcome back to Learn from Mac. I'm Dennis, and today is day 10 of the F5 LTM R4600 Bootcamp. Today we make sure a session stays on the same server for as long as it needs to. Cookie persistence, source IP persistence, and mirroring, so sessions survive a failover. Let's get into it. First, the goal. By the end of this lesson, you'll have both cookie insert and source IP persistence attached to a production virtual server, verified stickiness under real traffic, and mirroring configured so active sessions survive an HA failover. Here's what you need: an existing HTTP virtual server and pool from days 07 through 09, at least 2 pool members in an HA pair, so you can actually test mirroring, admin TMSH access, and a way to inspect set cookie headers. Curl V works fine. 4 concepts before we build anything. Concept 1, cookie persistence insert mode. BIG-IP injects its own BIGIP server cookie into the HTTP response. Every subsequent request echoes it back, and LTM decodes the encoded pool member address and port to route to the exact same server. 0 server-side changes required. Concept 2, source IP persistence. LTM records the client's source IP optionally with a prefix mask and sends every request from that address to the same member for a configurable timeout. This is what you reach for with non-HTTP protocols or clients that strip cookies, thick clients, mobile apps behind large NAT pools. Concept 3, persistence mirroring. When enabled, the active BIG-IP replicates persistence table entries to the standby peer in real time over the config sync network. Existing sticky sessions survive a failover without the client ever noticing, essential for long-lived HTTPS sessions behind an HA pair. Concept 4, fallback persistence, a secondary profile that kicks in only when the primary method fails, the cookie is missing on a first request, or a source IP entry expired. Cookie as primary, source IP as fallback is a common and resilient combination. All right, 3 labs. First, we build and attach cookie insert persistence as the primary method, then source IP persistence as a fallback with mirroring enabled on both, and we inspect the live persistence table. Then we verify all of it through the iControl REST API, including HA sync status. Let's get into it. Lab 1, create the cookie insert persistence profile. Attach it to the virtual server as the default persistence method. Confirm it's actually there and save. Lab 2, a source IP persistence profile masked to a 24 for clients behind carrier grade N8. Attach it as fallback. Cookie stays primary, source IP only fires when no cookie exists. Confirm both primary and fallback are configured together. After a few requests, inspect the live persistence table to confirm real entries exist. Lab 3, confirm both persistence profiles exist through the REST API. Confirm the virtual server has both primary and fallback attached. Pull live persistence records for this VIP and check HA sync status. Both peers need to be in sync for mirroring to actually protect these sessions. And that's session stickiness handled 2 ways, with a fallback and mirroring both in place. There are self-check questions on the lesson page worth sitting with, primary versus fallback persistence especially, since that layering is what makes this resilient instead of fragile. Take a minute with those. Quick recap before we go. Cookie persistence requires 0 server-side changes. BIG-IP handles the entire cookie lifecycle itself. Source IP persistence is your fallback for non-HTTP or cookie stripping clients. Pair it with a short mask for carrier-grade NAT. Mirroring is what lets sticky sessions survive a failover. Without it, a failover silently breaks every active session. And missing persistence entirely on a stateful application doesn't fail loudly, it just causes random, hard-to-reproduce errors that look like application bugs. All right, that's day 10 in the books. Cookie and source IP persistence live, fallback configured, mirroring verified. That's a session layer that actually survives real-world conditions now. If this was useful, hit subscribe, as you won't miss a single lesson. Next up is day 11, SNAT and SNAT pools. See you there.